Stations, if you encounter technical issues during the broadcast, please call the Ohio Studio hotline at 336-831-0860. This is Ohio men's basketball on the Ohio Sports Network. This is Ohio men's basketball on the Ohio Sports Network. This is Ohio men's basketball on the Ohio Sports Network. Stations, if you encounter technical issues during the broadcast, please call the Ohio Studio hotline at 336-831-0860. This is Ohio men's basketball on the Ohio Sports Network. Coming up on 10 minutes until airtime, Mark, 10 minutes until airtime on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield for our men's basketball broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 5 minutes until airtime. This is Ohio men's basketball in the Ohio.
Chippewas of Central Michigan. Versus the number 2 seed, Bobcats of Ohio. Now let's introduce the reserves for the Chippewas. They include number 1, Caitlyn B. Number 2, Lucy Cronin. Number 5, Sam Sobey. Number 8, Addie Wallace. Number 9, Maddie Martinez. Number 10, Stephanie Anderson. Number 11, Giselle Acuna. Number 14, Tessa Noose. Number 17, Taylin Knapp. Number 18, Alyssa Polo. Number 24, Katie Tobias. Number 25, Peyton Brute. Number 26, Faith Howe. Number 31, Faith Callahan. Number 32, Katie Sexton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting batting lineup for the Chippewas, leading off today for Central Michigan, playing center field with number 7, Andy Holmes. And second, and playing at first base, it's number 12, James Stein. Moving forward, playing in right field, number 41, McKaylee Bracamonte. In the cleanup spot, and playing the designated player role, number 13, Caitlyn Britton. Number 4, the second baseman, number 4, Skylar Coberly. Moving six, in left field, it's number 6, Kelsey Alexander. Batting 7, the third baseman, number 22, Emily Bracamonte. In the 8th spot, and playing shortstop, number 21, Maddie Springer. Batting 9th and playing behind the plate for the Chips, number 3, Sammy Mills. And pitching today for Central Michigan, number 33, Grace Wato. The head coach of the Chippewas is McCall Salmon. Now, let's meet the reserves for the Bobcats, including number 0, Tory O'Brien. Number 5, Cece Cadell. Number 6, Alexis Dahl. Number 7, Emma Hoffner. Number 9, Casey Branch. Number 10, Emily Walker. Number 13, Emma Melcher. Number 15, Molly Troutman. Number 16, Kylie Koppel. Number 19, Skip Miller. Number 24, Maddie Wilcox. Number 25, Sophia Bernard. Number 33, Sydney Grimes. Number 44, Reagan Farmer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Playing center field, it's number 4, Allie England. Number 7, and playing left field, number 14, Yasmin Logan. Number 3, the shortstop, number 21, Megan McMenemy. In the cleanup spot for the Bobcats, playing third base, number 3, Anolia Paoli. And playing first base, number 2, Caroline Spotta. In sixth, playing in right field, it's number 11, Caitlin Fogue. And 7, the designated player for the Cats, number 8, Tory Walker. In the next spot, and playing behind the plate, number 12, Brooke Rice. And now today for Ohio, the second baseman, number 1, Lauren Uhofs. And pitching for the Bobcats, number 30, Mackenzie Cole. The head coach of the Bobcats is Kinsey Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, today's umpires have been assigned by the Mid-American Conference. At third base, it's David Abernathy. At first base, Antonio Flores. And behind the plate, Victor Sena. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise and join us today as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oxford, Ohio, and the school that, us as Bobcats, we normally don't like to say the name of the school because you know us, we're our tribals, that's how things go. But the Mid-American Conference Tournament set to get underway in Oxford, host the Miami Redhawks, and we kickstart this just fun tournament, even though it's been cut in half. And it's now at host sites. It's still a lot of fun getting the rest of the conference together to do this. And Jay Cremata with you today, kicking off the Mid-American Conference Softball Tournament. Let's go through today's starting lineups, and we'll start with number 3, Central Michigan. Ohio, the 2 seed. They are the higher seed, so therefore they are the home team, the designated home team to begin. Central Michigan, Abby Tolmie will lead things off, their center fielder, followed by Shannon Stein, the first baseman. McKaylee Valamont, the right fielder, swinging third, followed by the DP, Caitlyn Britton, swinging cleanup. Skylar Coberly, the second baseman, swings fifth, followed by Kelsey Alexander in the sixth spot. Emily Bracamonte, the third baseman, swinging .244 this season, is hitting seventh for the Chips, followed by Maddie Springer and Sammy Mills, the shortstop and the catcher in the 8-9 spots. Defensively for Ohio, it hasn't changed in quite some time. Carolyn Spacek's at first, Lauren Uhas at second, Megan McManamy is at short, Analia Paoli in the hot corner at third base. Yasmin Logan down the left field line for for Ohio. And in the outfield from left to right, Yasmin Logan, Allie Inglet, and Caitlin Fogg down the right field line. Brooke Rice is doing the catching today for Ohio, and Mackenzie Cole inside the circle for Ohio. And Cole and the Bobcats in their all-black jerseys. Cole's ready, sets and delivers today's first pitch. It's swung on and bounced to Uhas at second. She ranges to her right to make the play, and there's out number 1 for Central Michigan. And with that pitch and 4-3 put out, we're underway in Oxford, Ohio. The Mid-American Conference Tournament Championship has begun on a gorgeous day in Oxford. Sun's out, not a cloud in sight. Sunscreen kind of day as well, as Shannon Stein, the first baseman for the Chips, steps in, right-handed batter, as Cole deals the second pitch of her outing today. It's in there, outside, called the strike, and 0-1. One down for Central Michigan, top half of the first, no score for Central Michigan and Ohio. Bobcats finished second in the conference standings after, even though they lost the series against Western Michigan, they did win on Sunday. Cole deals inside again, 0-2. But Bowling Green losing, and also these Chippewas taking 2 of 3 against Miami, but they did lose in the series finale. You know, they did lose. The Bobcats went from down 4 in the standings to back up to 2. Cole misses outside of the next pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. And the Bobcats dropping 2 last Saturday to Western Michigan. You kind of thought, oh no, what's gonna happen here? But bounce back Sunday, and they were back up to the 2 spot as Stein swings and lifts one to shallow left center field. This one's trouble, and it gets down for a base hit. Megan McManamy, the shortstop, backpedaled back, dove out towards the outfield grass, came up short, and Shannon Stein is on first base with a 1-out single. Her 60th hit this year. Shannon Stein now joins a exclusive club of those in the Mid-American Conference to reach 60 hits this season. McKaylee Valamont, right fielder, hitting .351 this year, steps in. No score, top half of the first here in Oxford. The pitch from Cole is swung on to the ground to short. McManamy gloves to second for 1, to first for 2, not in time. Got the force out though, so 2 outs now in the first. And Valamont reaches on the fielder's choice. Thanks for joining us today. Our Behind the Mic setup brought to you by Learfield. You can watch along as well on your Watch ESPN app. All you gotta do is log in with your cable provider, maybe on ESPN Plus. I have no idea. More worried about our setup here. So we're down, I would say, diagonally right behind home plate, first base side. Great view of the ballpark here today as Caitlyn Britton steps into the batter's box and takes ball 1 low and outside. However, the home radio sign is still in our way. It just, the left side of the infield is, we'll figure it out. Runner on first for Central, no score, top half of the first as Britton swings and misses at a pitch outside for Mackenzie Cole, 1-1. Mackenzie Cole this season, 4.39 ERA. She's 14-13 this year, her 31st appearance and 30th start on the year. 188 innings logged for Cole this season. The 1-1. Hit in the air to dead center field and fairly deep for Allie Inglet. At the track, near the wall, she makes the over-the-shoulder grab, and then after she makes the catch, she crashes into the black wall here at Miami. Central leaves one stranded after a one-out single here in the first, and the Bobcats grab the bats for the first time today. Mid-American Conference Tournament Championship. It's finally underway in Oxford. We'll be right back after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
No score, home half of the first coming up for Ohio. The Bobcats breaking them out to begin the Mid-American Conference Tournament. First time the tournament's been back since COVID-19 decided to spread itself across the world. But glad to have the Mid-American Conference Softball Tournament back. Let's go through Ohio's starting 9. Allie Inglet leads things off. Yasmin Logan's next, and Megan McManamy hitting third for the Bobcats. Analia Paoli back in the cleanup spot, hitting fourth. Kaylin Spacek in the 5. Caitlin Fogg, the right fielder, hitting 6. Tory Walker in the lineup, the DP, swinging 7th, followed by Brooke Rice and Lauren Uhas. Defensively for the Chips, Grace Lato inside the circle for the Chippewas. Mills behind the plate, Steins at first, Corberly at second, Springer at short, Bracamonte is at third, Alexander in left, Tolme in center, and Valamont down the right field line. Mills, the catcher for Central Michigan, as Grace Lato's first pitch to Allie Inglet upstairs and away for ball 1. Victor Sina behind the plate, our umpire today. Antonio Flores is the first base ump, and Daniel Abernathy, the third base umpire today. That's your crew here in Oxford. No score, home half of the first. Allie Inglet at the plate. The 1-0 pitch is inside for strike 1. Counts 1-1. Allie Inglet, 5'5", fifth year from Long Beach, California. All-MAC first teamer this year and second team last year. She's having a career year. 372 hitter. The pitch from the righty, Lato, bounces across home plate for ball 2. In case you're wondering, numbers-wise, for Grace Lato, 3.29 ERA, 15-12 this year. Her 27th start. Opponents hit .271 against Lato this year as Inglet swings through the rise ball high and wide, 2-2. Lato has allowed 173 hits, 92 runs, 76 of them earned. She has struck out 146 batters and has only walked 48. Some good command. The 2-2, low and outside, good eye by Ohio's Allie Inglet. Allie Inglet, second all-time in career hits at Ohio, 246. Second all-time in stolen bases with 92. And fifth all-time in career games played. This is her 217th. She's one game away from moving up to fourth. Here's the full count pitch to Inglet. Slaps it foul to the left. 3-2 for Allie Inglet. Inglet's on a 10-game hit streak coming into today. 6 of those 10 games are multi-hit games, which is insane to think about. She's hitting .471 in her last 10. The pitch, fouled back to the screen. Counts full, 3-2. Allie Inglet, 54 hits coming into today. She had 60 hits a year ago. Although her average is higher, she has more home runs. She's 3 bases away from notching last year's 30 stolen bases total. The full count pitch from Lato. Ball 4, low and in over the toes of Inglet. And Allie's on the leadoff walk to begin Ohio's offensive campaign in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. The Bobcats' offense this year in the Mid-American Conference has been something to brag about. In conference play, this team is hitting .279, third in the conference. Central Michigan's pitching an ERA of 3.92. That's middle of the road as Yasmin Logan steps up and swings, fouls one off to the right over the first base dugout. Counts 0-1 for Yasmin Logan. A .288 hitter this year with 32 hits. Logan, no such thing as a sophomore slump for her. 5'5" sophomore from Pittsburgh's having quite the year. Here's the 0-1 pitch with a runner on first. No score, bottom half of the first. It misses outside, 1-1. Allie Inglet's aboard, full count walk. No score between number 2 Ohio and number 3 Central Michigan. Chips in their whites today with Chippewas in maroon across the front, outlined by their yellow. The pitch, hit on the ground by Logan to short, bouncing ball to Springer. She goes to second for 1, and they get Allie Inglet out on the force. Yasmin Logan safe at first. There was no throw from Coberly, the second baseman. Allie Inglet kind of awkwardly slid into Coberly. I don't think they're going to rule it in like interference or anything like that. As Megan McMenemy, the left-hander from nearby Westerville, Ohio, approaches the plate. 1 gone, runner on first base for Ohio, no score. Home half of the first. Lato, the righty, steps off the mound. McMenemy, the lefty, hitting .317 this season. Her career best year. She's a transfer from Ohio State. Electing to do a 1-year master's degree at Ohio as McMenemy looks outside for ball 1. But the Chips, I do like their uniforms. Back to describing their uniforms. They have the pinstripes. Maroon pinstripes on the tops and bottom, white bottoms as well, as McMenemy fouls one off to the right, 1-1. Bobcats in their black tops, black pants, white sleeves. Bobcats in white across the front, outlined by green. White helmets as well. As Grace Lato checks her wrist for the signs. Here's the 1-1. McMenemy fouls it off again, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ohio's 5th year, who last weekend in the regular season finale series against Western Michigan, Megan McMenemy was 5 for 10. Looks to carry that over here in Oxford in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Here's the 1-2. McMenemy chops one on the ground, right side. The second baseman, Coberly, gloves near the feet and throws out McMenemy. Yasmin Logan moves up to second base safely. So runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Now for Ohio's 4-hitter, Analia Paoli. And Analia Paoli, 5'8" sophomore, all-MAC first-teamer this year after the season that she's had. My gosh. Coming into today, swinging .382 on the season. 46 hits, leads Ohio, takes a ball, low and outside, 1-0. You have to really be careful where you pitch the ball to Paoli. She's got power. Anything inside, she's going to give it a ride. You put it in her sweet spot, boy. You better hope that she makes the mistake, not you. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 gone, runner on second base for Ohio, and Paoli takes ball 2 inside. as Grace Lado picks up the rosin bag in the back of the pitcher's circle and gives a look to her defense. McMenemy has also had 7 home runs in her last 10 games. Wow. The 2-0. Outside. Ooh, late strike call from Victor Sina. 2-1. Yasmin Logan at second base. Anything in the green, she has the wheels to score. That's why she's in the 2 spot. Her and Allie Inglet, one of the best 1-2 punches in the conference. Here's the 2-1 to Paoli. Leaves it high, 3-1. Talking about the longbow with Analia Paoli, her 11 home runs this year, tied 8th most in a single season. Unbelievable. Just a sophomore from Point Marion, Pennsylvania. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside, she lets it be. It's a strike, and it might have been a good take from Paoli. Wasn't a pitch that she would have really put some heat behind. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second, no score, bottom half of the first. Lado sets the 3-2, hit on the ground foul, first base line. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Gorgeous day for softball in Oxford. Blue skies, wispy clouds ahead. A little hot, you're gonna need sunscreen today, but we're covered up, which is fantastic. Here's the payoff pitch to Analia Paoli. Nubbed foul off the inside part of the bat. It was in the batter's box, so thus foul ball. Still 3-2 for Paoli. Lado, right foot on the rubber, left foot behind. Sets and is ready to go. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Lado has recorded her first strikeout today and 147th now on the season. That retires the side. The Bobcats leave one stranded on second base as we step aside 2 and head to the second inning. No score. Mid-American Conference Tournament first round. Step aside after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
When you order your groceries online with ClickList from Kroger, you can do your shopping anytime, anywhere, like the gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
No score, top half of the second inning in Oxford. Mid-American Conference Tournament Championship. So glad that you can be with us today in your afternoon. I know it's a Thursday, a lot of folks are working, but surely glad that you're with us here today. As Ohio and Central Michigan, scoreless through 1. Meet of the lineup due up for Central Michigan, Skylar Coberly, Kelsey Alexander, and Emily Bracamonte, all due up this inning for CMU. As Mackenzie Cole, who pitched a wonderful Game 1 last week against Western Michigan, it's just her offense wasn't there for her. Her Game 2, however, she struggled a little bit. Allowed 5 runs, 5 earned, and 4 2/3 innings of work. Kylie Kilfelt helped her out there in a relief outing, and the Bobcats came back to win that one 6-5. As Cole misses inside to Skylar Coberly, 1-0. 262 hitter this year, Coberly. Bats right. As Cole throws right, the pitch is tapped foul behind home plate. Counts 1-1. Boy, you really can't forget about the series that these two teams had in Athens over Easter weekend. And that was about a month ago now. Little under a month ago. 7-2 Ohio win, 5-2 Central win, 8-6 Central win as Corberly lines one in the right center field. This lands for a base hit, and she's on first base with a leadoff single. Corberly's 39th hit this year. And Central's second hit of the ball game. And of course, at the time, Central and Ohio were playing for second place. And at that point, Miami, they weren't really running away with it, but they had a couple games edge on everybody else. And the series to watch was Ohio and Central Michigan. And show a bunt for Kelsey Alexander. She bunts it fouled on the third base line, 0-1. And then Caitlyn Fogg with one swing of the bat. Walk-off home run to seal the series in Ohio's favor, 8-6. Boy, that ball game was probably the best game of the season. The 0-1, show a bunt 2 by Alexander. She bunts it back to Cole inside the circle, throws to first for out number 1. Coberly moves up to second, and Alexander's down on the sac bunt. And that brings up Emily Bracamonte. 244 hitter this year, Bracamonte, with 31 hits this season. Runners on second base for Central Michigan. One down, top half of the second. As Mackenzie Cole eyes up Kenzie Roark, who's coaching in her second Mid-American Conference tournament. Bracamonte skies one to shallow center field. Allie Inglet gets under it to make the catch for out number 2. And that's the other thing, too. Yeah, Kenzie Roark, her first Mid-American Conference tournament. You know, I hate to bring this up, Bobcat fans, but it was in 2000, I think that was 19. It was 19. You know, with nowadays we just kind of describe things as pre-COVID, post-COVID, and during COVID. But pre-COVID, 2018-19. The Bobcats fell in the championship to Toledo. They went up. They went into the championship Saturday without a loss and lost twice. As Cole misses up and in to Maddie Springer, this 8-spot hitter for Central Michigan. 171 hitter this season. The runner on second base and 2 gone. Top half of the second, no score. And the first round of the Mid-American Conference tournament between Central and Ohio. Springer takes below the knees, 2 balls and no strikes. And pre-COVID, tournament was held in Firestone Stadium up in Akron. Now it's host sites. The 2-0. Ball called by Cena behind the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. Walks can be an issue for Mackenzie Cole. She has 78 walks this year. 3rd most in the conference. Runner on second base, 2 gone, no score, top of the second. Cole ready, the 3-0 pitch is a put me over strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Boy, what fun it was up at Firestone Stadium. Sad to say we may never have those experiences again, or at least in the near future. The 3-1 pitch. Lined up the middle, Allie Inglet pursues it, drops in front of her once. Runner's gonna come around to try and score. The plate, the plate is not in time. Central scores. Moving up to second base is Maddie Springer. And Central Michigan takes a 1-0 lead in the top half of the second. Leadoff single by Skylar Coberly. They moved her to second on the sac bunt. And Maddie Springer brings her around with an RBI single and advances to second base on the throw. And Sammy Mills, the catcher, a 193 hitter this season with 23 hits, a homer, and 11 RBIs, steps in. Left-handed batter, Sammy Mills. First pitch to her is up and in for ball one. Sammy Mills, redshirt junior, Harrison Township, Michigan native. With the opportunity with 2 outs to bring another run in. Central with a runner on second base. Here's the 1-0. High and outside, throw down to second base, not in time. 2 balls, no strikes to Sammy Mills. And Kenzie Cole, these last 2 batters struggling with their command as Kenzie Roark calls time and comes out of the third base dugout to have a chat with Kenzie Cole and brings in her infield as well. Bobcats down 1-0, top half of the second inning. And you can hear, maybe you can, but faintly Central Michigan's dugout singing along to Justin Bieber. Their dugout is radiating energy down the third base line. So Mackenzie Cole, meeting adjourned, and Cole picks up some dirt behind the rubber. And right foot on that rubber. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 gone for Central. The pitch is swung on the ground to second base and hops twice into the middle of Juhas. She throws out Sammy Mills. And that's the end of the top half of the second. But Central does damage. They draw blood first on an RBI single from Maddie Springer. Central 1, Ohio 0. We step aside from Oxford. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
Central Michigan on 1 hit, should say 2 hits rather, scores the first run of the first bout of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Jake Romano with you. Central Michigan 1, Ohio 0. Bottom half of the second inning as Ohio's Carolyn Spacek set to lead things off. Caitlin Fogg on deck and Tory Walker in the hole. So the 5, 6, 7 batters do up this inning for Ohio. The Bobcats left one stranded back in the first inning without a hit. Allie Inglett got the offensive part of Ohio's game started in the first with a walk, and Yasmin Logan reached on the fielder's choice. Ground out, strikeout for the Bobcats from there. Grace Lato still inside the circle for Central Michigan. Grace Lato this season, just a sophomore from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. First pitch this inning for her to Spacek is fouled off to the right. 0-1 to start for Carroll. Talking more about Grace Lato, who spells her last name Lehto. She was Central Michigan's workhorse last year as a freshman, and she continues to be the workhorse this year for Central Michigan. As a sophomore, the 0-1 is fouled off over the press box. 0-2 quickly to Spacek. Lato pitched in 2 games against Miami in the regular season finale for the Chips. She threw 1 complete game in the 5-3 win against Miami in the doubleheader day, and then 1 2/3 innings in the 12-8 loss to the Red Hawks. The pitch. High and outside. Ball 1 to Carroll, and Spacek with a 1-2 count. But in that very short outing in the series finale against the Redhawks, Lado allowed 7 hits, 6 runs. All of them are earned. So not the way she wanted to end the regular season. The pitch, and Spacek fouls it over the first base dugout, still 1-2. Ohio has seen Lado. They saw her twice this year, and in both affairs, Lado came up on the wrong end. Well, officially, she was credited with 1 loss. But in the first game, there was no decision for her. She allowed 1 run. It was earned off 4 hits and 2 2/3. Spacek battles at the plate and fouls one up out over our heads. Lado did pitch in the 8-6 loss, the series finale against Ohio in Athens. She threw 2 1/3 and allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. 3 of those 4 hits were extra base hits, a double, triple, and 1 home run. She struggled that day in Athens. The 1-2 bounces across home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spacek from Beaumont, Texas, 5'6" senior. Steps in, the right-hander, as now Grace Lado steps off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Ranging is Bracamonte, and she throws out Spacek. And 5-3 put out, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Caitlyn Fogg approaches the plate. 1 out. Nobody on for Ohio, and the Bobcats trail 1-0 early. Central Michigan struck first in the top half of the 2nd. 2 hits. They scored 1 run as Caitlyn Fogg takes outside, ball 1. But Grace Lado, Central Michigan's pitcher, she is their ace. .29 ERA, sits 8th in the conference. The pitch, hit by Fogg. Foul behind home plate, 1-1. Caitlyn Fogg, 5'4" senior from Columbia, Missouri, coming off an 0-for-10 series in the 3 games against Western Michigan. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. Another foul back to the screen by Fogg. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In fact, that series for Fogg, it was her first and only hitless MAC series. You know, Fogg has been in and out of the lineup. She was reinserted when Tory Walker went down with the concussion, and she has held on to that right field spot. And Walker, now the DP, the 1-2. Outside, counts even, 2-2. But Fogg, she was on a 3-game hit streak entering last weekend before falling 0-for-10. Nobody on for Ohio, 1-0 ball game. Central on top, bottom half of the 2nd. The pitch. Hit in the air by Fogg, popped up left side of the infield, and Springer, the shortstop, barely has to move. She makes the catch. And Ohio is 2 up, 2 down here in the 2nd with Tory Walker coming up. Tory Walker, the 5th year from Plain City, Ohio. We just mentioned a moment ago, I mean, the concussion against the in that Central Michigan series. And then we had not seen Tory Walker up until last weekend, so she missed quite a bit of time. The pitch is hit hard but foul down the 3rd base line. She tugged it just a bit too much. 0-1. Tory Walker came back and returned to the lineup. She was 1 for 8 against Western Michigan, pinched hit in the first game, and then in games 2 and 3, she was actually in the lineup, came back as the DP. As Grace Lado, with 2 outs And an 0-1 count to Tory Walker. Rocks and fires. Blooped foul off to the right and stayed in the facility. 0-2. Both Bowling Green and Miami are here scouting their future opponents, whether it be in the winners or losers bracket tomorrow. Leno sets, she's ready. The 0-2, lined up the middle, down for a base hit and a 2-out single by Tory Walker. And Walker's 16th hit this season. And Brooke Rice looks to make this a 2-out rally for the Bobcats. Brooke Rice this season enjoying her career best year. 301 hitter, 37 hits, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. In a Ohio 1-0 deficit to Central Michigan. Bobcats the 2 seed, they're the home team to begin the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Ball's in the dirt. Walker advances to second base on the bad pitch. How about the wheels from Walker? She saw that pitch, bounced across home plate. Mills, the catcher, it bounced off her chest and went in front of her, and Walker took advantage. So Ohio has a runner in scoring position on second base with 2 gone. Bottom half of the second. And Brooke Rice has the tying run in position. 5'11", fifth year from Mason, Ohio. Here's the pitch to her. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Rice hit just 202 a year ago. And now she's up to 301. Can you believe that? The 1-1 from Lato. Upstairs, Rice leads it 2-1. And we've talked to her a lot about the improvement from year to year. She says she credits a lot to hitting coach Andrew Stover. Changing her approach, making her wait for her pitch, not having to chase anything and everything. Eventually, you will get your pitch. Here's the 2-1. Foul to the screen, now 2-2. That's what she credits that to. Just being smarter at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second base for Ohio. 2 outs. Bottom half of the second inning in Oxford. Central Michigan 1, Ohio 0. Lato's ready. The 2-2 offering. High and in, almost hits Rice. Rice stayed in there. You always have to make an attempt to dodge the pitch. Boy, that was close. That almost nicked her sleeve. And the right-hander steps back in. Lato gets her sign. Sheet 2 ready. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second inning in a row. Ohio has left a runner on second base, and Grace Lato has struck out the batter at the plate to end the inning. Her second K today, and Ohio grabs the gloves. They trail Central Michigan 1-0. Third inning coming up on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
1-0 Central Michigan with the advantage on Ohio. Jake Cremata back with you. Thanks so much for joining us on our from our broadcast booth in Oxford, behind the mic setup, all thanks to Learfield and their equipment that they allow us with this. And if you're wondering, why can't I see the game? Well, the rights you can watch on ESPN. However, we're here. And it's always fun. The Mid-American Conference Tournament. Normally there is a stream for everybody to watch along, but you know, we're here just in case. Central Michigan, top of the lineup due up. Abby Tolme, Shannon Stein, and McKaylee Valamont, the 1-2-3 batters in the lineup, and the arguably three of very talented hitters in the conference, as well as Cole deals up and away to Tolme for ball one. The sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan, also an All-MAC second teamer. This is a gruesome trio that Cole has to pitch to. The offering is high and outside, ball two. I mean, Tolme this year is hitting .349, 60 hits this year for Tolme. Unreal. 60 hits, that's fifth in the conference, fifth most, the 2-0. Up and in, called a strike. And Tolme, against the MAC, has 36 hits. So more than half of her hits have come in conference play, hence the All-MAC second team honor that she was given. One of our postseason awards this year. Tolme takes below the knees from Mackenzie Cole, 3-1. And Clarkston, Michigan native, just 2 hours south of Mount Pleasant. Ideal situation to go north and play softball. She had a decorated high school career too. Here's the 3-1. Slap to short, past the diving McMenemy for a leadoff single. And now that's back-to-back innings where Central Michigan has led off with a hit. And Central scored last inning. Skylar Coberly, leadoff single, sac bunt, fly out to center, and then RBI single from Central's Maddie Springer. That's what put Central up on top 1-0 back in the second inning. Shannon Stein at the dish, already a single today. First pitch to her, low and outside for ball one. Shannon Stein from Albuquerque, New Mexico. All-MAC first teamer this year. Her first postseason, first conference postseason award of her career. And of course it comes her senior year. She pops one up, left side, this might be playable for Paoli. Also Yasmin Logan, it's not. It drifts into Ohio's bullpen. Just barely. Counts 1-1 to Shannon Stein. Coming into today on a little 3-game hit streak. However, her last 9 games are unbelievable. She's 18 for 33, hitting .545. There's a reason why you should be a little conservative pitching to her. And she lofts one down the left field line, and it curls foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top half of the third. Central Michigan 1, Ohio 0, with a runner on first base for the Chips. But Shannon Stein against Ohio was 0 for 8 in that series. Her only hitless MAC 3-game series this year. Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes from Cole. Low and outside. Now 2-2 to Stein, the righty. The runner on first. The 2-2. Hit hard on the ground left side and past the shortstop, Megan McMenemy. Back-to-back singles for Central Michigan, and they're cooking here in the third with nobody out. And already a 1-0 lead. Shannon Stein now with 61 hits this year. tied with Abby Tolney, who's on second base. How about that? Your 1-2 hitters in your lineup have 61 hits this year. It's a lot of hits. And with nobody out, runners on first and second base, the Chips are sitting pretty. Show a bunt by Valamont. She puts it down the third base line, fielded by Paoli, and she throws out Valamont. That moves up the runners. And Valamont stays 0 for 1 today on the sac bunt. Runners on second and third, 1 out for Central Michigan, and Kenzie Roark comes out of the third base dugout again. And she doesn't even say anything to Mackenzie Cole. I think she just asked if Cole was okay.
Stepping in from the third base, designated player Caitlyn Britton.
Caitlyn Britton, the DP, flew out to center field to end the first inning. Another dangerous hitter for Central Michigan, 303 hitter this year with 40 hits. Got to beware with the long ball with her. She has 11 home runs this year. The pitch, fouls it off, 0-1. Bobcats are in some trouble here in the top half of the third. Runners on second and third, just 1 out. The Bobcats already behind, 1-0. Cole gets her sign from Coach Roark in the third base dugout. The 0-1. Outside corner, Cole hits. 0-2. Cole, right foot on the rubber. Trying to get out of this jam with Chips at second and third. The pitch. Looped down the right field line. Fogue pursues, but it gets down for a foul ball. Still 0-2 for Caitlyn Britton, a redshirt sophomore having a career year. Hit .325 a year ago, but that was in 32 games and 28 starts. She had 27 hits a year ago. She's up to 40 hits this year. Cole's ready. She rocks and fires the 0-2. Outside and away. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 gone for Central. Top half of the third. Runners on second and third. Ohio already behind. 1-0. Cole's ready. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and popped her up left side of the infield. Who's got it? Paoli calls everybody off, but she lost it. It gets down in front of the pitcher circle, and Brooke Rice lets it bounce behind home plate, and it rolled all the way behind home plate. That's a foul ball. How about that? Popped up in the infield. Paoli lost it in the sun. It bounced in front of the pitcher's circle, and the spin took it behind home plate. Rice just let it be. Foul ball. 1-2. 1 gone. Still runners on second and third. That would have been a big second out. Here's the pitch. Fouls her off again. 1-2. That's why sometimes you love having a fifth-year behind home plate that's just been in those positions before. And also to calm everybody down after a play like that should be made. The 1-2, tugged high and fouled down the left field line. Way foul and way out of here. Caitlyn Britton showing off her power there. Britton fighting at the plate, behind in the count. 1-2. 2 on in scoring position. The 1-2 offering. Foul tipped at the dish. And Britton stays alive. Mid-American Conference softball tournament. Always dramatic this time of year. Everything just matters a little more with the tournament crown on the line and a berth to the NCAA tournament. All that to go to the national stage. The 1-2 swung on the ground, left side. McMenemy gloves with a backhand, lobs to first. She has no play, not in time. And bases are loaded with one out here in the third. Still good by McMenemy. If that gets through the left side hole, it's a 2-0 ball game. But the score stays 1-0. Top half of the third. Bases juice for Skylar Coberly, who singled back in the second and scored the first and only run of this ball game. Bases loaded for Central Michigan with only one out. Here's the pitch. Up and in, ball one. Ohio in trouble. Early. As Coverly, Bay City, Michigan native, redshirt sophomore. Pitch to her. Hit on the ground to McMenemy at short. She gloves, comes home with it. They go to home for one. And Coverly safe at first on the fielder's choice. So bases stay loaded, but Ohio does get that second out. All right, you got that second out. That's a hard out to get. Now only needs one more, so even a fly ball doesn't score anybody, which is big again, because now you eliminate that sac fly in the outfield. Kelsey Alexander, 268 hitter, sac bunt her first time up in the second inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. She chases low and outside for strike one. Biggest at bat of the game. It's only the top half of the third. Once again, tournament season, baby. Everything means a little more. Cole eyes the third base dugout, the 0-1. Another changeup upstairs, 1-1. Ohio, the 2 seed. Central, the 3 seed. Ohio took 2 of 3 against the Chips in Athens earlier this year on Easter weekend. A little less than a month ago. The pitch takes upstairs, 2-1. Central Michigan, 6 hits already in this game. 1 run. 3 hits here in the third. The pitch. Lined into right center field. Down for a base hit. This one's going to go to the warning track. 1 run scores. Here comes 2. They're going to try for 3 to clear the bases. The play at the plate's not in time. Kelsey Alexander clears the bases with a gap shot to right center field. 4-0 Chips lead, top half of the third. Bracamonte looks to continue the 2-out rally. 0 for 1 today. Fly out to center field her first time up. She pops up behind the press box and out of play. Bobcats in a big hole now, down 4-0 to Central Michigan. Excuse me, not big hole, but they're down in a 4-run deficit, top half of the third. The pitch, low and outside for ball 1. Chips are fired up now, and why wouldn't you be? Bases clearing, double in the gap in right center field. That'd fire anybody up. The 1-0 is pulled foul. Should have said the 1-1 count. Now 1-2 for Emily Bracamonte. Carolyn Spacek. Knuckle touches. Kenzie Cole behind the rubber. Just encourages her. So Bobcat offense that's top 3 in the league. They're capable of coming back, coming from behind 4-0. Done it before. Many times. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone for CMU, top of the 3rd. 7 hits and 4 runs have come across for Central. And a runner on second base. Cole's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Juhas from her knees, gloves, throws to first, and pulls her off the bag. The chips come home. Safe. Oh, they snuck around another. Boy, Juhas to her right. Gloved the ground ball with the backhand. Through to first. She was safe. And Kelsey Alexander came around from second base to score. And a quick call of time here as Ohio's infield has come together back of the pitcher's circle with 2 outs. And Ohio's infield adjourns their meeting. They're down 5-0 in the top half of the 3rd. 4 runs across for Central Michigan in the top half of the 3rd. And Ohio's down 5-0 early as Maddie Springer comes in. Maddie Springer, RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Runner on first base, 2 outs. Top half of the 3rd inning here in Oxford. Things have not gone Ohio's way to start. As Mackenzie Cole deals low, ball 1. Cole sets the 1-0. Strike call outside corner, 1-1. Maddie Springer, that was just her 6th RBI back in the 2nd inning. And her 15th hit of the year. Just a 171 hitter. Able to get things going for the Chips early to strike first in this tournament. Cole misses high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Still 2 outs for Central Michigan. Ohio needs just 1 out. And with 2 outs, Central has scored their 4 runs, all with 2 gone. Now, credit, the bases were loaded with 2 outs as a bloop foul off to the right. Now 2-2 for Springer. Cole needs just 1 out for Ohio, and the Bobcats can grab the bats. And they attempt to claw back the pitch. High and wide. Ball 3 and a payoff coming up. Runner on first. 5-0. Central Michigan on top of Ohio in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Cole sets the payoff. Hit weakly on the ground to first. Spacek gloves in front of the bag and steps on first. Out number 3. Damage, though, done. 4 across for Central here in the 3rd. And all 4 across with 2 outs. Bobcats have some work to do offensively. Step aside. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield. Ohio down 5-0.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local Tempstar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with Tempstar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and Tempstar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com and go Cats!
Bobcat fans, The Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in.
Nothing. Central Michigan on top of Ohio. 5 hits back in the top half of this third inning. Scored 4 for CMU. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a bases clearing double, and then a RBI single. Infield single brought around a run for Central Michigan. The Bobcats just 1 hit through the first 2 innings of offense here in the early going, as Lauren Uhas leads things off for Ohio in an attempt to rally back here in Oxford. As Grace Lato with a 5-run cushion inside the circle, Uhas swings through, strike 1. 0-1. For Uhas. From West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, the pitch. Show a bunt, pulls back, and it's strike 2. Now here you wonder how Ohio will respond after a 4 spot and being hit in the face just like that in the top half of the third. Team has battled back before, but here in a tournament setting, you wonder. Uhas fouls one off up and over our heads. 0-2. However, in the last 2 innings, Ohio has left a runner stranded on second base, despite only having 1 hit. Uhas the righty against Lato the righty. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. She chased it way high. Grace Lato, 3 strikeouts in this game, and we're back topside for Ohio. Bobcat parents in attendance as well. You do see a lot of green here at Miami. A lot of the dads wearing green afros. They look awesome, I'll say that. Ready for tourney time. Bobcat softball dads. The pitch to Allie Inglet. She fouls one up and over the Bobcat dads. First base side, 0-1. Allie Inglet walked her first time up, worked a full count to begin the offensive day for Ohio. 10-game hit streak coming into today. The 0-1, show a bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Different kind of focus from Allie Inglet today. Just kind of noticed in the cages, just locked in. This is her last MAC tournament. In fact, her and Brooke Rice are the only members of the 2018 championship team. Fouls it off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And going through everybody with tournament experience, I mean, Brooke Rice was a part of that championship team in 18, but Allie Inglet's the only one with MAC tournament experience. Here's the 1-2 with 1 out. She bloops it to shallow center field. Tolmie comes in to make the cap-high catch. And Inglet falls to 0-1 today. And Ohio 2 up, 2 gone. Yasmin Logan steps in. Ohio down 5-0 to Central Michigan in the bottom half of the third. Central Michigan has come out swinging here this afternoon. Lato sets and deals the first pitch to Logan. Bounces across home plate, 1-0. Yasmin Logan, fielder's choice back in the first. Sophomore hitting .288 this year. Yasmin Logan was just 1 for 7 in Ohio's regular season finale against Western Michigan. She had back-to-back OFER games, which hasn't happened much this year. Takes ball 2 outside. Logan has only had back-to-back hitless games just 3 times this year. You look at Game 3 against Bowling Green, Game 1 against Miami, and then you have to go back into non-conference play where she was hitless in 3 straight games. So just one other hitless back-to-back occurrence for Yasmin Logan this year. Takes ball 3 low and away. Central fans oohing at that pitch. Bobcats offense just needs something to cut into this 5-0 deficit in the bottom half of the third. Lato's ready, the 3-0. Strike call, 3-1. Ohio's dugout making some noise down the third base line. Righty versus righty. Lato sets the 3-1 pitch with 2 outs. Popped her up right side. This one drifts out of play off to our right. Counts full to Yasmin Logan. 2 outs. Nobody on for Ohio in a 5-run deficit for the Cats. Ohio down 5-0. Grace Lato so far has only allowed 1 Bobcat hit, and she has struck out 3 thus far. The payoff, yanked foul down the third base line. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Yasmin Logan hit just 144 in 15 at-bats last year, and here she is, her sophomore year, much improved. Was hitting bottom of the lineup, then moved up to the 2 spot and just took it and ran with it. The payoff pitch from Lato. Another foul, high, over to our right. Still 3-2. Ohio down 5-0 early, bottom half of the third. Lato gets her sign from the first base dugout. She sets and is ready. The payoff pitch hit in the air by Logan to right field. Bracamonte there under it. A couple of steps to her right, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Ohio for the first time today. They only have 1 hit through 3 innings, and they trail Central Michigan 5-0 in round 1 of the MAC softball tournament. We step aside. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care. So expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
5-0 advantage for Central Michigan on Ohio. Top half of the 4th inning for the Central Michigan offense, who scored 4 runs on 5 hits back in the top half of the third to take this commanding lead. Jake Ramada back with you. Thanks so much for making Ohio softball part of your Thursday afternoon. I know throughout the afternoon you're going to have work responsibilities. 2 o'clock on a Thursday. I know it's tough. once again, we thank you so much for tuning in today. 5-0 Ohio deficit to Central Michigan as Sammy Mills steps into bat. 9-1-2 batters due up as Mills, Abby Tolney, and Shannon Stein all due up this inning for the Chips. As Mackenzie Cole inside the circle for Ohio. Hoping to have a better inning than that third inning where the Chips were on her. Sammy Mills swings through the first pitch, 0-1. Mackenzie Cole's had her fair share of struggles throughout the year. She fouls one off to the right, and Mills down in the count, 0-2. But Cole, she's been put through the ringer a lot this year. And a lot of the time, she's just had to go through it. And she said that too. You know, sometimes this game's been tough. Non-conference play especially, just a tough schedule. Here's the 0-2, foul tipped back to the backstop. Still 0-2. But also, it's about coming back the next day and getting back to work and learning from your mistakes and growing. She's also credited her fellow pitcher and teammate Kylie Kofeld. They hang out all the time. They're there for each other. They have each other's backs. The 0-2. High and away, ball one. And Cole, too, I know I mentioned, I remember asking her in the middle of conference play, you know, when those big offensive innings for the opponent, where do you try to have your mindset at after the fact? The 1-2 misses low and outside, 2-2, and she just says, you know, you have to put your trust then in your teammates. And those bats, she has that trust. Cole sets, here's the 2-2. Swung on and lifted, foul, third base side. Paoli tracks it near the fence of the third base dugout, and it's foul into Ohio's dugout. Still 2-2. Sammy Mills, the 9-spot hitter for CMU, 0 for 1 today. Ground out to Lauren Newhouse at second base, her first time up. Here's the 2-2. Slapped in the air, deep down the left field line and over the head of Yasmin Logan. One hops the wall. On her way to second base, Sammy Mills, and she's there with a leadoff double. Central Michigan has gotten the leadoff batter aboard in 3 consecutive innings now. That's also their second double today. And Abby Tolney steps up. 1 for 2 today, singled back in the third. And Kenzie Roark calls time, looks back at the third base dugout. And I think that look means Kylie Kofeld's coming into this ball game to replace Mackenzie Cole. And she is. So pitching change for Ohio here in the 4th inning. Nobody out, and a leadoff double here in the 4th. We'll step aside and tell you about Kylie Kofeld when we come back on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield. Ohio trails 5-0 to Central Michigan.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
When you order your
Kylie Kofeld inside the circle for Ohio. Bobcats down 5-0 to Central Michigan in the top half of the fourth inning. And Kylie Kofeld coming in on a relief outing for Mackenzie Cole after the leadoff double from Sammy Mills. And top of the order due up now for Central Michigan. Abby Tolney singled back in that third inning in which Central Michigan scored 4 runs to take a 5-0 advantage. As Kylie Kofeld's first pitch to Tolney in there, strike one, 0-1. Kylie Kofeld, 5'7" senior, Beloit, Ohio native, transfer from Duke where she didn't see a ton of time with the Blue Devils. As Tolney slowly rolls one to second base, Juhas comes in, gloves, throws out Tolney. 4-3 put out number 1. Runner moves up from second to third. So Shannon Stein steps in, 2 for 2 already in this game. 17 multi-hit games for Shannon Stein this season. She also scored back in the third. Runner on third, 1 out for Central, top half of the fourth, and already a 5-0 Chips lead on Ohio. As Kofeld deals a strike to Stein, 0-1. Unofficial numbers for Mackenzie Cole, 3 innings of work, 8 hits allowed, 5 runs so far. If the runner from third scores, that will be Cole's 6th run. As Kofeld deals another strike, 0-2. Mackenzie Cole did not walk or strike anybody out. 1 out, runner on third for Central. Kofeld trying to bring some energy back to Ohio. Inside the circle, the 0-2 bounces across home plate, 1-2. Bobcats just need some sort of surge, some kind of pick-me-up. Here's the 1-2 with 1 out. In the dirt, 2-2. Good stop from Ohio's Brooke Rice. Kofeld bends the knees, trying to get this second out, which would be huge for Ohio. Here it comes, the 2-2. Another one in the dirt from Kofeld. So after an 0-2 count, she throws 3 straight in the dirt. 4.76 ERA this season, Kofeld. 9 wins, 10 losses, her 24th appearance this season. And a biggie at that with her team down 5-0 in the top half of the fourth to the 3-seeded Central Michigan Chippewas. Ohio, the 2 seed. The full count pitch from Kofeld is swung on and hit in the air to right field. Fogue makes the catch. Runner from third tags and scores. Sac fly RBI from Shannon Stein. And it's a 6-0 Central Michigan lead on Ohio. So that run gets charged to Mackenzie Cole. 6 runs and all earned now for Cole. 2 outs for Central Michigan. McKaylee Villamont, 0 for 1 today. Fielder's choice in the first. Sack bunt back in the third. The pitch from Kofeld. Upstairs, ball 1. Opponents hit .337 against Kylie Kofeld this year. However, the Mid-American Conference against Kylie Kofeld, her ERA is 3.25. And opponents hit .305 against her. Kofeld's second pitch of the at-bat misses high, 2-0. Kofeld, though, in conference play, 7 wins, 4 losses, and 73 in the third innings of work. She's allowed 51 runs and 34 of them earned. Here's the 2-0 in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. It's been hard for Ohio to get the third out. I should say this. 5 of Central Michigan's 6 runs have come with 2 outs. Now, granted, back in the third inning, they had 2 outs and bases loaded. The pitch. High, ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk, and it continues. needless to say, they've not gone down easy without having 2 outs. Caitlyn Britton, 1 for 2 today, singled and scored back in the 3rd, fly out to center. 2 gone, runner on first. The pitch, Kofeld misses low. She's thrown 5 straight balls now. Kofeld looks at Kenzie Roark for the pitching side. Here's the 1-0. Strike call. Gets it on the inside part of the plate. 1-1. Kofeld pitched twice against Western Michigan. Came in for Mackenzie Cole in the Sunday finale. She pitched 2 1/3 and was credited with the win. The 1-1, too high, 2-1. She only allowed 2 hits and no runs. Bobcats hung on to win 6-5, and that win snuck them back up into the second spot in the conference standings. Pitch from Kofeld's in there, up in the zone for strike 2. Ohio down 6-0 now to Central Michigan. Top half of the 4th. 2-2 the count, 2 down. Runner on first base for Central Michigan. Kofeld trying to get out of this. Top half of the 4th. Here it comes. Swung on and fouled down the third base line. Weakly chopped. 2-2 the count. Kofeld ready. The 2-2. Low and in. Rice, fake throw down to first base. Counts even. I should say, count runs full, 3-2. Again, this third out has just not come easy for Ohio. These last, well, now 2 2/3 innings. The payoff pitch. Swung on and lifted high in the air, shallow center field. Fogue battles the sun, comes in and makes the grab. 1 run does score. 3 straight innings. Central Michigan has gotten the leadoff runner aboard, and they've scored that leadoff runner in 2 of the last 3. 6-0 Central on top of Ohio. Home half of the 4th coming up. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
6-0 Central Michigan advantage on Ohio. Jake Ramada back with you from Oxford. Thanks so much for making us a part of your workday. As Ohio, their offense so far just 1 hit. They went in order 1, 2, 3 last inning. And here in the 4th inning, Megan McMenemy, Analia Paoli, and Carolyn Spacek all due up. So far, Ohio's slow start offensively, down in a 6-0 hole to CMU. So McMenemy 0 for 1 today, ground out to second base her first time up. McMenemy, the transfer from Ohio State, calling Athens home. did, however, enjoy playing the Buckeyes earlier on this year. Saw a lot of her old teammates and competed against them for once, which is a unique experience for her. And McMenemy takes high and outside for ball one. Grace Lato still inside the circle for Central Michigan. As McMenemy hitting .317 this year, 46 hits. She's hit the long ball 5 times, 20 RBIs this year. 3 of McMenemy's 5 homers this year came against Central Michigan. She rips one to left field, but right at the left fielder, Alexander, who reaches up to make the catch. And McMenemy is 0 for 2 now today. That brings up Analia Paoli. And Analia Paoli struck out swinging with the runner in scoring position back in the first inning. All-MAC first-teamer at large, which, yes, they say at large. It means they initially didn't make the first-team ballot voting, and then they say, hey, if anybody else missed that you think should have been on, as Paoli fouls one at the plate, 0-1. Then you can vote for them and they can get on first team. Well, that's what happened with Paoli, which I don't know how you could at-large her. Somebody that hit .407 against the conference this year, second highest average, 37 hits, second most in conference play. The 0-1, low and outside, 1-1. I mean, Paoli hit 9 home runs in conference play, had 32 RBIs, second most. Her OPS was 1.230. I know I don't like to bring up those numbers, but those are just high numbers. She should have been on at large. Whatever. Takes strike 2 upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Paoli. With Ohio down in this ball game 6-0 to Central Michigan. This is double elimination, so the Bobcats will still play another day. Win or loss. Paoli takes outside, just misses from Lato, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Paoli. Ohio's best statistical hitter this season. She check swing, pops one up, over to the right side, might be playable. Nope, never mind, it gets out of play. Still 2-2 for Analia Paoli. Paoli, too, one of 8 Ohio softball players to reach 40 or more RBIs in a year. 7 others, and she's the youngest since Raven King, who is a sophomore, to reach 40 RBIs. She loops one foul over to the right, out of play, which I thought was very interesting. There are so many talented softball players that have come through this program to play softball. The youngest since Raven King, back in 2012, Raven King had 41 ribbies. Paoli has 40. The pitch. Misses outside. I beg your pardon. Strike 3 call, outside corner. Ohio's offense top 3 in the conference. Against the MAC, Ohio hit .279 coming into the tournament. And they're being limited to just 1 hit so far. The pitch. Low and in. Ball 2. The Bobcats were held scoreless, or should say runless, against Western Michigan last weekend. The first time the Bobcats were shut out against a conference opponent this year. And the second time this year that they've been shut out. Appalachian State shut out Ohio earlier this year. The 2-0 to Spacek. Strike call, 2-1. The Central Michigan team right behind Ohio in the conference team batting average, 277 at 4th. The 2-1, low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike for Carroll. 2 gone. 6-0 Ohio deficit to Central Michigan. Round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. And Grace Lato so far has thrown 3 2/3 innings of fantastic work for the Chips. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, and Spacek's on first base with a 2-out walk. And Ohio's first base runner since the 2nd inning. 2nd walk of the day for Grace Lato, her 50th walk of the season, compared to her now 150 season strikeouts. Let's talk about fantastic strikeout to walk ratios. Inning continues for Caitlyn Fogg. Pop out to the shortstop her first time up. The pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Bad hop for Springer, but she flips to second base for out number 3 to retire Spacek. That ends the 4th inning, and Ohio still 1 hit. Down 6-0 to Central Michigan. We head to the 5th from Oxford in the first round of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
6-0 advantage for Central Michigan on Ohio. We go to the 5th inning in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Jake Cremona back with you. Slow start for Ohio in the first round of the MAC softball tournament. Central Michigan shutting Ohio's offense down so far and limiting Ohio to just 1 hit. And Central Michigan's 5, 6, 7 batters due up here in the 5th. Skylar Coberly to begin things. First pitch to her from Kylie Kofelt, high for ball 1. Central Michigan has gotten the leadoff runner aboard in the last 3 consecutive innings. Single, single, double. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Skylar Coberly, excuse me. 1 for 2 today, 2 runs scored. Single, reached on a fielder's choice. As Kofelt's ready, the 1-1 hit hard on the ground to second. Juhas gloves between the legs and throws to first for out number 1. And finally, Ohio's able to get the first batter out in the last 3 innings. Kelsey Alexander steps in. 1 for 1 today, sack bunt in the 2nd, 3 RBI double in the 3rd with 2 outs to put Central Michigan up 4-0 at the time. Now up to 23 RBIs this year. Her first time seeing Kofelt today, and Kofelt pops her up to Lauren Juhas at second base. In between the bags, Alexander pops out for out number 2. Juhas makes the catch. Wow. First time all day, Central Michigan has gone 2 up, 2 down offensively. Emily Bracamonte, 1 for 2 today. RBI double back in the third. I beg your pardon. Single back in the third. Fly out to straightaway center her first time up. And takes a ball with 2 outs. Nobody on. 6-0. Ohio deficit to Central Michigan in the top half of the 5th. Kofeld's ready. The 1-0 pitch. Foul. Back to the screen. 1-1. And Bracamonte, beg your pardon, I said that wrong earlier. 18th RBI back in the third. And that was Central Michigan's 5th run before tacking on a sac fly RBI back in the 4th to add even more cushion to their lead. The 1-1 hit on the ground to second base. Juhas fields near the belly, almost juggled it, but she underhands it to spot check for out number 3. Central Michigan goes in order for the first time today. Bobcats with a lot of work to do. Bottom half of the 5th, down 6-0 in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Back in Oxford, Jay Kermata with you in a 6-0 Central Michigan advantage on Ohio. Bobcats bottom of the lineup due up here in the 5th inning with Tory Walker, Brooke Rice, and Lauren Juhas. Ohio limited so far to just 1 hit. This is an offense that in the conference is a top 3 offense. In fact, they have the 4th most hits in the league. Their team average is the 2nd highest overall. Conference only wise, Ohio's hitting 292. As a team, Central's hitting 293. But the Bobcats offense also has conjured up the 2nd most hits against the conference this season. Right now they're being held to just one hit and scoreless through so far 4 innings. Tory Walker has Ohio's only hit today. It was a single back in the 2nd with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouled. Back to the backstop, 0-1. And it just amazes me. So far up to this point, Ohio has at least conjured up some type of hits, but you got to give kudos to Grace Lato, Central Michigan starter, and the Central Michigan coaches too, and just the Chips in general today. They've came to play. The 0-1 popped up foul off to the left. 0-2 quickly to Tory Walker. Last weekend, Tory Walker returned to action from her concussion back on April the 15th against these Chips. It was her first hit and first at bats since April the 15th. The 0-2 pitch to Walker, high and away, ball 1. And Tory Walker, her sister Emily, is also on the team. She'll pitch runs sometimes. In fact, she scored the go-ahead run against Western Michigan last Sunday. The 1-2, lofted foul, left field line, still 1-2. Tory Walker now 16 hits on the year. Nearly as many RBIs as she has hits, 13 ribbies. She's only had 1 multiple hit game this year, and it was April the 6th against Akron, in which she was on a 4-game hit streak at the time. Here's the 1-2. Popped her up. Medium deep left field. Alexander gets under the towering fly ball and makes the catch. Ohio has only had one leadoff batter reach base today. It was Allie Inglet back in the first. And Brooke Rice steps in, 0 for 1, struck out back in the second inning. Rice hitting .289 against the conference this season. Pitch to her, swings and misses, nothing in one. Struck out back in the second, Rice. Struck out 4 times against Western Michigan last weekend. Twice in both games 1 and 2. Sometimes that comes with power hitters. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. And Rice is that. Carries a lot of power to her swing. And normally you get that a lot with power hitters in general. With those home runs and long fly balls come high strikeout numbers. The 1-1. Strike call down the plate, 1-2. And Rice did homer last weekend. She's had 4 homers in her last 9 games. She has not played in any MAC tournaments that her teams have been a part of. Back in 2018, Natalie Alvarez was the catcher, not Brooke Rice, although Rice was on the roster. The 1-2, high and away, 2-2. Speaking of power hitters, Natalie Alvarez was certainly one. Two and 2 the count to Brooke Rice. 1 down for Ohio. 6-0 Central Michigan lead on the Cats in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The 2-2. Upstairs and away, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Brooke Rice, in her final year of softball, trying to get something going for this offense that's just been limited to 1 hit. The 3-2 pitch. Foul tipped and almost back into the mid of Mills, the catcher. Boy, it popped out of Mills's glove. She saw it in front of her, and the ball ricocheted off the tip of her catcher's mitt again. She almost caught that pitch, or that foul tip rather. The 3-2 offering to Rice. Ball 4. And in back-to-back innings, Grace Lato has walked a batter. Her 3rd walk today. She has struck out 4 Bobcats. And Lauren Uhas summoned to the plate, and Kenzie Roark walks from down the 3rd base line, and maybe we'll have ourselves a pinch runner. No, beg your pardon. Sophia Bernard is going to pinch hit for Lauren Uhas. And Brooke Rice will also get pinched run 4. So I was half right. I can't see who the pinch runner is for Ohio. Oh, it is Emily Walker. I was going to say it looked like her based on the way she ran and the way she carried herself, running all the way down to first base. So Emily Walker on first base, Sophia Bernard pinch hitting for Lauren Uhas. And remember the re-enter rule. So Lauren Uhas will re-enter on the defensive side of things when we go to the 6th inning. Sophia Bernard has DP'd a lot this year for the Bobcats. Takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. Sophia actually DP'd against Western Michigan last weekend. Celebrated a birthday as well. Graduated. She's set to go to dental school soon. Here's the 1-0. Outside and away. Ball 2. 1 out, runner on first base. And a quick call of time. Mills, Sammy Mills wants to have a chat with her catcher, or pitcher rather, Grace Lato. And Kenzie Roark pulls Sophia Bernard over to have a chat, and all of a sudden the Central Michigan coaching staff comes out of the first base dugout to have a chat with Lato. They give her some water, and also their infield they pull together as well. Kenzie Roark summons Emily Walker, and everyone's just talking to each other as we pause play for a brief second. 6-0 advantage for Central Michigan on Ohio. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Softball Tournament, which makes its return after an absence year last year. Miami, the designated, since there was no tournament, they were the regular season champs, so they went to the NCAA tournament. Central Michigan's meeting comes to an end, and we're ready to resume action. First time as well that the Mid-American Conference Tournament, I should say first time in a while, don't know how long, but I should say how long exactly, but first time that the MAC tournament's been now given to host sites, and whoever wins the regular season. And Sophia Bernard takes ball 3 upstairs from Grace Lato, and if Sophia Bernard reaches here, I'd imagine Lauren Uhas will re-enter this ball game and pinch run for Bernard. 3-0 the count. Lato sets. Here it comes with 1 out. Strike call, 3-1. And Sophia Bernard this season hitting .207, 17 hits, 10 RBIs. She's gone long 4 times. The pitch, swing and a miss. From a 3-0 count to a 3-2 count with the runner on first base. Ohio trying to claw back, down 6-0 in the home half of the 5th inning. Double elimination tournament as well. The full count pitch. Lined up the middle. This one gets caught near the grass by Tolmie, the center fielder. Reached down towards the grass, made the backhanded catch. Boy, that's just not catching a break right there. There have been a couple hard hit balls by Ohio that the defense has just made the play. And with the runner on first base, 2 outs, top side now for Ohio. Allie Inglet, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a fly out to center, comes up to bat. Allie Inglet with a hit in her last 10 straight games. 246 career hits, second all time in Ohio history. The pitch. Show a bunt, she pulled it back. 0-1 though, strike called. Allie Inglet hitting .471 in her last 10 games. 5 doubles, 2 triples, 4 RBIs in this 10-game span. Third baseman playing in front of the third base bag. Here's the pitch. Inglet lofts one to right center field, ranging over Valamont. She makes the over-the-shoulder grab. Twice now the outfield's made a good play on Allie Inglet. And now we head to the 6th. Ohio running out of outs. Down 6-0 to Central Michigan in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. We step aside. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
Together is a...
Central Michigan 6, Ohio nothing. We go to the 6th inning where Central Michigan's 8-9-1 batters are due up. Jake Ramada back with you. Thanks so much for making Ohio softball part of your Thursday afternoon. First game of the Mid-American Conference softball tournament. Coverage being brought to you by Behind the Mic and our Behind the Mic setup. Since the game's on ESPN3, we technically can't show coverage of what's taking place on the field. But still, we're happy you're with us. All 6 of you. Top half of the 6th. Central Michigan leads 6-0. Maddie Springer, Sammy Mills, Abby Tolmie are the trio due up to face Ohio's Kylie Kofelt here in the 6th. As Kofelt's first pitch is up and away for ball 1. Maddie Springer, RBI single back in the 2nd. Ground out to first in the 3rd inning. The pitch, strike call, outside edge, 1-1. Kylie Kofelt did pitch one of the wins, the 8-6 Ohio win against Central Michigan, so the series finale. So Central has seen her before. She allowed all 6 runs. They were earned off 11 hits. The pitch is fouled back to the screen, 1-2. And that was a series, too, that Ohio they had to out-hit Central Michigan, and they were able to. I mean, 7-2 they won. They lost 5-2, then won game 3, 8-6. Ohio today against Central Michigan, just 1 hit. The 1-2 bounces across home plate, 2-2 the call, or count rather. The winner and loser of this game will face the winner and loser of Bowling Green and Miami tomorrow. Should be a good one for those 2 teams as well. Peyton Gottschall, the MAC Pitcher of the Year, facing the 1 seed. The 2-2. This is inside, 3-2. I will say this, though, Kylie Kofelt, since coming in the 4th inning for Mackenzie Cole, so far has just walked a batter. She's done her duty. Limit these chips offensively. The pitch is swung on and lifted into the shallow center field. Allie Inglett walks in to make the 2-handed catch. Out number 1. Sammy Mills, who doubled back in the 4th and also scored off a sac fly RBI. That's the last run that Central Michigan has had, although they really haven't had to do much damage. But if they did score 2 runs and limit Ohio offensively, they could run rule the Bobcats. Strike call to Sammy Mills, 0-1. I will say this too for Central Michigan, the bottom of the lineup for them has been very productive. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and looped. Foul grounds. First base side. Spacek is under it to make the catch. 0-2. The bottom of the lineup for Central Michigan has produced 5 runs. There's 6, 7, 8, 9 batters. 5 RBIs between 3 of the 4. 4 hits, 2 runs scored. The pitch to Abby Tolney, who's 1 for 3 today, low and outside for ball 1. Central Michigan went in order back in the 5th inning. That's just Kylie Kofeld doing her duty in the circle, trying to retire her 7th straight batter. The 1-0, outside, barely misses, 2-0. Kofeld looks beyond the center field wall out to Yeager Stadium. Football field out is our backdrop out beyond center field. The 2-0 pitch hit hard in the air left field. Logan walks to her left to make the catch. Kylie Kofeld has retired 7 straight batters, back-to-back innings. The Chips go in order, 1, 2, 3. Bobcats in the home half of the 6th, down 6-0. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Got to give kudos to the Chips, who've limited Ohio softball to just 1 hit. And they lead Ohio 6-0. Heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bobcats with a lot of work to do. However, some of their best hitters due up this inning in Yasmin Logan, Megan McMenemy, and Analia Paoli. However, between the 3 of them, they are 0 for 6. Yasmin Logan, 288 hitter this season, who, without a doubt for the Bobcats, fan-wise has been a surprise. Coaches-wise, not so much. They knew that she's had this type of season in her. They expect the future to be a lot brighter for Yasmin Logan, just a sophomore who hasn't reached base in just 6 games this year. Just think about that for a second. The pitch from Lado is hit high, popped up by Logan, shallow right field. The second baseman, Coberly, makes the catch, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Ohio's offense here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Megan McMenemy. Hard ground out to second back in the 1st. And a hard line out to deep left back in the 4th inning. McMenemy, the lefty, hitting 3rd in Ohio's lineup. First pitch to her. Strike call, outside edge, 0-1. She's had a hit in her last 5 games. And 3 of those 5 games are multi-hit games. She's 8 for 18 in that span. Swinging .444. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, chases high, 0-2. McMenemy, though, in the Western Michigan series, did record an RBI. It was her first RBI in 8 games and 25 at bats. That was the longest for her in MAC play this year. Here's the 0-2. She lines it down the left field line. Fair ball and down for a base hit. And Megan McMenemy has Ohio's first hit since the 2nd inning. Tory Walker's 2-out single. And And a one-out single for McMenemy. In 6 straight games, McMenemy has recorded a hit. She was 6 for 10 against Central Michigan in that 3-game series. She had 3 home runs and 5 ribbies. Analia Paoli comes up to bat now. 2 strikeouts today. Grace Lato's had Paoli's number as Paoli takes low and outside for ball 1. Paoli was 3 for 10 against Central Michigan earlier this year with a triple. She was 2 for 4 with that triple in Game 3 in Ohio's 8-6 walk-off home run winner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch off the plate, 2-0. Paoli has just been hitless in MAC play 7 times this year, and she hasn't reached base in 5 conference games. The 2-0. Check swing, foul tip. 2-1. Think about that. Ohio's played 27 conference games this year, and Analia Paoli hasn't reached base in 5 of them. And hasn't had a hit in 20, beg your pardon. So she has registered a hit in 20 of the 27. The 2-1. Low and outside, Paoli lets it be. And Ohio's third base dugout trying to muster up some energy. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on first. Ohio down 6-0, bottom half of the 6th, the pitch. Strike call. Paoli a bit frustrated at that call. Kenzie Roark shakes her head left and right after that call. Full count to Paoli, 1 down, runner on first base. And Kenzie Roark calls time to pull Paoli aside. Just talking strategy at this point. And even though Paoli was a bit disappointed in that call that was low and in, Kenzie Roark just calming down one of her players who was in the Mid-American Conference Player of the Year consideration. She was on the ballot. Big spot for Paoli with 2 strikeouts today. Full count and a runner on first base. Got to start something offensively for Ohio. In the home half of the 6th, down 6-0. The pitch is fouled off to the backstop, 3-2. Ohio just recording their 2nd hit of the game with Megan McMenemy's single here in the 6th. Lato, right foot on the rubber, and the righty sets. She rocks and fires. The 3-2. Ball 4. Runners on first and second base now for Ohio as Central fans boo here in the 6th after that call. Now 4 walks for Grace Lato and also the Bobcats today. And a pinch runner being summoned for Megan McMenemy. Looks like Tory O'Brien out of the third base dugout, the sophomore, in to run for Megan McMenemy. Spot check 0 for 1 today, ground out to third, walked in the 4th. So Tory O'Brien in scoring position. Ohio down 6-0, bottom half of the 6th. Some kind of rally needs to happen here. With 6 outs remaining for the Bobcats, I should say 5 outs remaining for the Bobcats offense in this game. This tournament is double elimination, but still. Here's the pitch. Spot check takes ball 1. 1-0. And Sammy Mills calls time from behind home plate to talk things over to Grace Lato. And also the rest of the infield comes in as well for Central Michigan. And Kenzie Roark Shades on. Gray long sleeve shirt, black shorts, pats Spacek on the lower back, halfway down the third base line and returns to her third base coach's box. Ohio trying to come back from down 6 with 5 outs left in this game. Kylie Kofeld, she came in the 4th inning. Of the 10 batters that Kylie Kofeld has seen inside the circle, only one of them has reached base. So she's done her job. Now it's time for the offense to step up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss for Spacek. Chased high, 1-1. Runners on first and second base. Opportunity to start clawing back here. But it has to happen now sooner rather than later. Leno sets the 1-1. Spacek rips it down the left field line. It's down for a base hit. O'Brien rounds the third base bag. The throw home's not in time. RBI single for Carolyn Spacek here in the 6th, and Ohio's finally on the board. Paoli up to second base. Spacek's 50th hit of the season and her 34th. You know the Chips haven't forgotten about that series. The 0-1. Off speed in the dirt, and Paoli thought about breaking for third, but remained put at second base, 1-1. Runners on first and second base. Two of Ohio's 3 hits in this ball game have come this inning, and a run across. Fogue does not chase up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Grace Lato all of a sudden struggling here in the 6th. However, she has a 5-run cushion to work with. Sports a black face mask inside the circle. Here's the 2-1. Hit by Fogue, right side, foul. Now 2-2. Caitlyn Fogue is 0 for 12 in her last 12 at-bats. She was on a 3-game hit streak before this little slump. She was 1 for 8 in the series against Central Michigan with that walk-off home run. When it mattered most, she got the hit. I'd say it matters now, and a hit is needed with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th, down 5. She swings and misses, chases outside for out number 2. And 5 strikeouts now for Grace Lato in the home half of the 6th inning. 2 gone for the Bobcats, runners on first and second base. 2 outs, down 5 to Central Michigan, 6-1. And Tory Walker steps up, 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 2nd inning and was stranded on second base. Flew out to deep left her 2nd time up. And the off-speed pitch thrown to her misses outside for ball 1. Lato sets the 1-0. Foul tipped. 1-1. Central Michigan needs just 1 out. This is the first kind of adversity they faced all game from Ohio. The 1-1. Walker looks inside, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Ohio down 6-1 to Central Michigan in the home half of the 6th inning. As Grace Lato has struggled a bit here in the 6th, but she still has a 5-run cushion to work with. Needs just 1 strike here. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 on, 1 out. Ohio able to score 1 run, but back-to-back Ks with 2 on. And now we go to the 7th with Ohio down 5, 6-1 to Central Michigan. We head to the 7th. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Ohio's able to get on the board, but one run just not enough to be head of the 7th inning. Bobcats' Caitlyn Spacek RBI single to score Megan McMenemy, or I should say score Tory O'Brien, who pinch ran for Megan McMenemy after McMenemy's single with 1 out in the 6th. Bobcats did strand 2 on the base pass on first and second base, and they're down 6-1 in the top half of the 7th. Central Michigan's 2-3-4 batters due up here in the top half of the 7th. Jay Cremata back with you. Thanks so much for sticking with us. It's been a grind for Ohio today, but double elimination tournament plus 3 more outs to work with, barring any noise from Central Michigan here in the 7th, as Kylie Kofeld has come in since the 4th inning and she has pitched awesome. Deals the first pitch strike to Shannon Stein, 0-1. Kylie Kofeld has seen 10 batters. She has retired 9 of them. As Kofeld misses outside, 1-1. Did walk a batter back in the 4th inning, but since then, she has sat down 7 straight. The 1-1, low, now 2-1. Shannon Stein, 2 hits today. 2 for 2 with the sac fly RBI and a run scored. The 2-1 hit high and deep to center field near the track, but Allie Inglet changes her angle and runs in rather quickly to make the catch. Well, she knows your first step as an outfielder is always back on those hard hits. And the sun kind of fooled her a little bit. Took a hard angle back in to make the catch. So 1 up, 1 down, and Kofeld's retired 8 straight. And McKaylee Valamont, 0 for 1 today. Fielder's choice, sack bunt, and a walk. She scorches one to Yasmin Logan in left, and it's over her head, and one hops the wall. She takes a hard turn around first base and gets back diving. And Central Michigan's first hit against Kylie Kofeld today, and their 9th hit of the ball game. Valamont now on a 4-game hit streak, and her 4th hit against Ohio this year. She was 3 for 11 in the 3-game series against the Bobcats earlier this year. And quick call of time. And a pinch runner at first base. Number 14, Tessa Nuss. Or it's Noose, sorry. Tessa Noose. Spells it N-U-S-S, but you pronounce it Noose, like a double O. All right, 1 out. Top half of the 7th, Ohio down 5 to Central Michigan. As Kofeld bends the knees, fires. Strike call to Caitlyn Britton, 0-1. 1 for 3 today, Caitlyn Britton. Singled and scored in the third, 2 flyouts to the outfield. 10 multi-hit games this year. She's been a consistent 300 swinger this season. Here's the 0-1. Swung on in a hard hit ball that lands shallow left. Back-to-back singles for Central Michigan. With 1 out in the top half of the 7th. Now 10 hits for CMU in this game, and Kylie Kofelt, Kenzie Rohr, calls time and pulls everybody together in the back of the pitcher's circle to have a chat. Ohio will play either Miami or Bowling Green. Depends on the outcome of this game, and depends on the outcome later today. That game was supposed to start at 3 o'clock. However, not the case. It's 3:16. And the loser, the ones who come up on the wrong end of these 2 games will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So someone's season will come to an end tomorrow. Skylar Koberly at the plate. The pitch. Swung on and hit through the left side hole, a base hit. They're going to try to score. Valamonte from third base. Here's the play at the plate. It bounces over the glove of Brooke Rice to the backstop, and it's a 7-1 ball game. Central Michigan gets back a run on the RBI single from Skylar Koberly. Her second hit today, first RBI. Caitlyn Britton, her base runner, Taylon Knapp, is on third base. So Valamonte's pinch runner, Tessa Noose scored the run. And it's 7-1 for Kelsey Alexander, who takes ball 1 upstairs. And after Kylie Kofelt retired 8 straight chips, they get back-to-back-to-back singles on her with 1 out to add on a run. The pitch fouled off to the right, 1-1. And Ohio's offense today, just 1 hit or 1 run off 3 hits. One's the count to Kelsey Alexander. 3 RBI double back in the third, bases clearing. Double. Bases loaded, bases clearing. She is 1 for 2 today. Sack bunt for her back in the second, and a pop out her last time up. The 1-1. Off-speed pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike. 7-1 ball game. Ohio back down 6. They trailed 6-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. Scored a run. But Central's gotten that run back and potentially more as Alexander scorches one off the glove of Kofelt. Glove by Uhas. The play at the plate is in time. They got her. Alexander reaches on the fielder's choice. Ohio saves the run. They're still down 6. Koberly all the way to third, so there's a runner on the runners are on the corners now, on first and third, and Central Michigan is going to review the play at the plate. Leading by 6, 7-1. We are doing a replay for the play at the plate. Seven to 1, Central Michigan. First round of the Mid-American Conference Tournament, and we're waiting on a replay, play at the plate. And I believe two of our umpires are together. This is the first time that I've experienced a softball replay, or challenge rather. And I think they're together in the first base dugout. They disappeared all of a sudden. But here we are in a 6-run ball game in the top of the 7th. The winning team up 6 in a replay challenge play at the plate. This run must really matter. And in my honest, humble opinion, the Bobcats got her at home. Yeah, and the umpires agree. So, Central wastes a challenge in 5 minutes of all of our lives. 7-1. Central Michigan leads Ohio in the top of the 7th. They lead by 6. Runners on the corners. And Emily Bracamonte, 1 for 3 today. RBI single back in the 3rd. Has the opportunity to add more cushion to Central Michigan's 6-run lead. Takes the first pitch ball, 1-0. Bracamonte's 18th RBI back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch with 2 outs. Swung on and hit hard into right center field. Inglet tracks it down to make the catch over the shoulder. And that ends this 8th inning, where Central Michigan does get a run back. A trio of singles puts Central Michigan up 7-1 on Ohio. Bobcats down to their last 3 outs in round 1 of the MAC tournament. We step aside. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
Ohio's offense down to their last 3 outs, down 7-1 to Central Michigan in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Central Michigan, if they get these 3 outs, will play the winner of Miami and Bowling Green. Ohio will play the loser if they do fall here in the 7th of that Miami Bowling Green contest. As Brooke Rice, Lauren Uhas, and Allie Inglet are the 3 due up here in the 7th. Ohio's only hopes and moving on, at least to the winner's bracket here in the Mid-American Conference Softball Tournament. Grace Lato back inside the circle, deals to Rice, and it's fouled off. To the right, 0-1. Brooke Rice just 2 plate appearances today. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 2nd, and she walked. Bobcats have more walks or base runners via the walk than they do via the hit. The pitch. Rice takes inside for ball 1. 4 base runners off the walk, 3 hits for the Bobcats. As Grace Lato continues to deal and shut down this Ohio offense this afternoon. Here's the 1-1. Rice takes outside. 2 balls and a strike. And of course, Brooke Rice, her final year of softball as a Bobcat, wanted to come back because she felt she hadn't peaked in her career yet. She had more to offer, more to play for, including this tournament right here. The 2-1. Strike call, 2-2. Late call from Victor Sina behind the dish. Had a couple of those late calls by him today. But overall, he's been pretty consistent behind the dish. Gotta give kudos to him. 2-2 the count. Ohio down 7-1 to Central Michigan. Bottom half of the 7th. The pitch. Fouled off to the netting behind home plate, 2-2. Yeah, Grace Lato held Ohio to 1 run, 3 hits. She has struck out 6 batters, has walked 4. Great day for her inside the circle. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, make it 7 strikeouts for Grace Lato today. And boy, she has just looked fantastic. Her career high in strikeouts is 12. She dealt 12 Ks at Omaha. I'm trying to see the last time she had 7 strikeouts. Oh, just a couple of appearances ago, she had 10 Ks at Bowling Green. Molly Troutman into pinch hit for Lauren Uhas. Molly Troutman, right-handed batter. Why not let her take a crack at it? Takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Molly Troutman, number 15, junior, left-hander, listed as a utility player for Ohio. Uhas only had 1 at-bat today. She struck out swinging in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1 to Troutman with 1 out. And Ohio down 6. Strike call outside at 0-2 to Troutman. She's down to her last strike now. Troutman from Gahanna, Ohio. The 0-2 pitch. Foul tip, she stays alive. Still 0-2. The last time Grace Lato allowed 1 or fewer runs was at Western Michigan. She threw a complete game shutout. And then before that was a 1-run complete game. That was back at the end of April. The 0-2, high and wide, 1-2. That was 3 series ago that Troutman threw, I beg your pardon, that Grace Lato threw a shutout in a 1-run allowed ball game at Western Michigan. Here's the 1-2. Line foul into Ohio's bullpen, off to the left. And also Grace Lato getting some revenge against the Bobcats if she can get 2 more outs here. And when she pitched in both losses that Central had in Athens earlier this year, she allowed 11 hits and 6 runs in the first game. And then in 2 1/3 innings of work, she allowed 3 runs off 4 hits. The pitch. In the dirt, Troutman's worked a 2-2 count. But in that first game against Ohio in Athens, she struck out 5. Also gave up 2 home runs to Ohio. So in that 3-game series, Grace Lato allowed 3 homers. She also did that against Buffalo a couple of weeks ago as well. The pitch is grounded foul, first baseline, and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone for Ohio, bottom half of the 7th. Bobcats down 7-1 to Central Michigan in Oxford. Round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Lato looks at her left wrist for the pitch call. Here it comes, the 2-2 pitch. Another foul, third base side this time around. Troutman's battling at the plate. Trying to do everything in her power to create some kind of miracle. Down 6 runs with 1 out in the bottom half of the 7th. It ain't over till it's over. But this is a steep hill to climb. Here's the 2-2. High and away, full count now for Troutman. Lato's ready. Troutman, the righty, wags the bat above the left shoulder. The 3-2 swung on and lifted. Shallow left field. This might be trouble, and it is. It's off the glove of Springer, the shortstop. Troutman to second base. Feet first slide. And yep, I imagine that will be an error. It is E6. And the first error today for Central. Ohio also has an error. And Kenzie Roark set to summon a pinch runner for Troutman at second base as Allie Inglet comes up to bat. Who will Kenzie Roark pick from her third base dugout? We've already seen Tori O'Brien and Emily Walker. No one's come out of the dugout yet. And it looks like Sydney Grain, number 33. And Allie Inglet, 0 for 2 today with a walk back in the first inning, comes up to bat. So far, her first hitless game in 10 games. In the previous 10, she's recorded at least 1 hit. Swinging .471 in her previous 10, 16 for 34. One of the most consistent batters in Ohio softball history. 246 hits, second all time in Cats history. Here's the pitch to her. Hits it hard left side. Springer stabs it with a backhand, has no play. Allie Inglet safe at first. Making 11 games in a row, Allie Inglet has recorded a hit. Grain rather, stayed at second base. So with 1 out, runners on first and second base for Yasmin Logan. 0 for 3 today. Fielder's choice, fly out to right, pop out to second in that order. The pitch. Fouled off to the right, 0-1. Logan was 3 for 11 against Central Michigan earlier this year. RBI double in game 3. She was 2 for 4 in game 3. 1 for 4 in game 1. Also with a home run. Struggled against Western Michigan in last weekend in Ohio's final series. She did have the sac fly go-ahead RBI in game 3. She walked 3 times in that series as well. So she got the hit when it mattered. This is when it matters. Down 6 to Central, 7-1. Bottom half of the 7th, 2 on first and second base. The pitch hit weakly on the ground to short. Springer, the shortstop gloves, throws to first in time. Runners move up to second and third on the 6-3. And our home plate umpire, Victor Sina, calls time, and Kenzie Roark now wants to challenge this play. So, why not? Down 6, close play at first. You need that base runner. Might as well. But these last 2 innings, Ohio's really started to finally offensively come around. And the issue with that is whether or not it's a little too late. And Ohio's backs are up against the wall. so much that they've just been unable to dig out of the hole. As much as they've tried these last 2 innings, scoring a run in the 6th, down 6-0. Then Central got that run back in the top half of the 7th. Bobcats haven't scored here in the 7th, but with 2 outs, they have runners on 2nd and 3rd. And a challenge here, if this challenge goes Ohio's way, Bobcats would have bases loaded with 2 outs and Megan McMenemy at the plate. Ohio's had their opportunities all game. Left a runner on second base in the 1st, another runner on 2nd in the 2nd. Did get a walk in the 4th inning, but fielder's choice ended the inning there. Brooke Rice was walked in the 5th. They had 2 on, with only 1 out in the 6th, and struck out for outs 2 and 3 in the 6th. So they've had their opportunities. It's just one of those days offensively. And they had one of those days against Western Michigan last weekend where Ohio was shut out for the first time in conference play. On first base, she's out, and there are 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And Ohio's fans silent after that. Central's fans having more to celebrate about. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Megan McMenemy. Ohio down to their last out. It's all up to McMenemy to keep this game going. Analea Paoli on deck if needed. Carolyn Spacek in the hole. The meat of Ohio's lineup. And the lefty steps in the back of the left-handed batter's box. Grace Lato with a 6-run cushion for Central Michigan. Looks calm inside the circle. The pitch. Hit foul off to the left. 0-1. And I say looks calm inside the circle, but you never really know what's happening in between the ears. Ohio's applied some pressure, but once again, is it too little, too late? Lato's ready. Here's the 0-1. Line foul into Ohio's bullpen. 0-2, McMenemy just a little late on both swings. Bobcats down to their last strike. Down 7-1 to Central, home half of the 7th. Lato sets, she rocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game. And Ohio falls in round 1 of the Mid-American Conference Tournament, 7-1 to Central Michigan. The Chips score 7 runs on 11 hits. Ohio 1 run on 4 hits. Their top 3 offense in the conference struggled today. And the Bobcats will play the loser of Miami and Bowling Green tomorrow at 1 o'clock, same time. And if they win, they will play again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So Ohio's backs are up against the wall. And they play for their season tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And we'll talk to you then. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day today, truly. Meant a lot to all of us, and thanks so much for making Ohio softball a part of your day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Ohio and the loser of Miami and Bowling Green. Seasons on the line tomorrow. Talk to you then. This is the Ohio Sports Network from the